Using binomial theorem, we have to prove 9 raised to n plus 1 minus 8n minus 9 is divisible by 64 whenever n is a positive integer. That is question number 13 in NCERT text. Now we shall put 9 as 1 plus 8. 9 raised to n plus 1 can be written as 1 plus 8 raised to n plus 1. Then expanding it, we get n plus 1 c0 1 raised to n plus 1. That is 1 itself. Therefore, n plus 1 c0 plus n plus 1 c1 into 8 plus n plus 1 c2 into 8 square plus n plus 1 c3 into 8 cube plus n plus 1 c4 into 8 raised to 4 plus etc. plus n plus 1 c n plus 1 into 8 raised to n plus 1. It is the expanded form. As we expand 1 plus x to the power n plus 1. Here NC0 is 1, therefore n plus 1 C0 is 1 itself, 1 plus n plus 1 C1 is n plus 1 itself into 8. N plus 1 C0 is written as 1, n plus 1 C1 written as n plus 1. Now into 8 plus n plus 1 C2 8 square plus n plus 1 C3 8 cube plus n plus 1 C4 into 8 raised to 4 plus etc. plus 8. This n plus 1 C n plus 1 is 1 itself, 1 into 8 raised to n plus 1. Then we have to show that 9 raised to n plus 1 minus 8n minus 9 is divisible by 64. So, we shall expand this n plus 1 into 8, that is 8n plus 8 plus 1, that is 8n plus 8 plus 1, 9 plus 64 into, how this 64? See, here we have 8 square, here 8 cube, here 8 raised to 4, here 8 raised to n plus 1. Therefore, we can divide all these terms by 64. Therefore, 64 is taken out. Here the remaining is n plus 1 C2. Here it is n plus 1 C3 into 8. Here it is n plus 1 C4 into 8 square plus etc. Here it is, we have taken 8 square as a common factor. Therefore, 8 raised to n plus 1 divided by 8 square, that is 8 raised to n plus 1 minus 2, that is 8 raised to n minus 1. So, on dividing 8 raised to n plus 1 by 64, we got 8 raised to n minus 1. Now, we have shifted these two terms, 8n plus 9 to the left side. The remaining is 64 into, see what is given in the bracket, it will always be a positive number. 64 into a positive number. It is obviously divisible by 64. Therefore, in the next step, we have written, here RHS is obviously divisible by 64. That is 9 raised to n plus 1 minus 8n minus 9 is divisible by 64. Right.